Well, the Harlem that I grew up in, remember, everybody came to Harlem. The Harlem was the Renaissance. Every show that came to Harlem came to rehearse in Harlem. Saturday was, you walk down 7th Avenue on Saturday, and music is coming out of all the rehearsal halls. Every major show came to Harlem that was the basic of where you put your show together, and then you would go south, what they call Toby time.
Toby time.
That's T-O-B-A, tough on black actors, but that's not what the black actors said.
Oh, I see. It's an acronym. Okay, Toby time.
They called it Toby time.
Yes.
That's what Leonard Reed came out of.
Wow.
They were the ones, because you leave New York and you go on the road for 52 weeks, all the way down to Florida. Remember, you had black theaters all the way down where these shows would play, and that's where you got your Silas Green, and they would rehearse the wintertime down here, and then they would come up as far north as Philadelphia, but you rehearsed all your shows in New York, and that's how I met Leonard Reed. He was rehearsing at 138th Street, and I was hanging back there to see him, watching them, and I'm peeping in the door like this, and he rushes out and slams the door because he's mad at somebody, and he says, "Can you dance?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do a time step." He said, "Get in there and learn that routine." That's how I got in show business.
Isn't that something? So it all started with Leonard Reed.
All started with
because
Leonard Reed.
I wanted to ask you, what is your memory of the first thing that sparked your interest in dance?
Oh, well, that I always had.
Always had it.
Oh, yes.
From what age?
I don't know.
Beginning with what age?
I used to dance at house rent parties. See, the house
Did
rent
your
parties,
mother
my
have
mother-
house rent parties?
To pay the rent.
So
Yes.
if you will explain
I
house
was
rent
the-
parties to the young who will be looking at this, what was a house rent
House
party?
rent party is a person, on Saturday night you have a party, you serve pig feet, sauce, bad whiskey, and everything is 25 cents. 25 cents to come in, 25 cents. And then at a certain time when the piano player would be playing everything, get up, it's time to dance. And I dance on cue, I get ice cream.
Oh, that was the incentive. So you were very little when you did that.
3 or 4. I could dance. Everybody danced when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody didn't, but everybody I know could dance, and I could do everything they did. So that's what I did. The Charleston was big. I could out-Charleston anybody. I was just able to do anything. I can do time step. I can do breaks, because I saw that's what they did. Then I saw Cab Calloway at the Lafayette Theater, made an entrance coming down the steps in a white suit, black cape, white hat. And Cab Calloway was coming out, Heidi, Heidi Ho. Honey, I told Cab, I said, I was in show business from then on. I stayed all day long. My mother had to come in the theater and get me just to watch him do this, make that entrance. Never saw anything like that in your life. I just fell in love with Cab Calloway.
Did your mother support your interest in dance? You said
Yes.
earlier that she sent you to a dance school, right?
Oh, yeah, because
despite the fact that she was struggling with her
She never had any problems.
income.
See, she didn't have to worry about me if I'm in the studio. She'd come back 5 hours later, I'm still sitting right there. I just wouldn't leave until everybody stopped. And I'd go to the theater to see a musical. In those days, MGM had all these great musicals. Well, we had a theater on 145th Street and 7th Avenue. It used to play the movies. I'd be there all day watching the routine. When I come out, I knew the routines.
She didn't have to worry. Your mother didn't have to worry about you just running around and getting into trouble.
Never got in trouble in my life. Never.
Fantastic.
She just had no problem with me at all. And she found that was what sparked my interest, and she kept me there. And then, of course, I appeared at I did every amateur contest in Harlem, everyone, the Lafayette, the Odeon. My mother would take me there. We'd have a day of rehearsal with the piano player, and I'd go on that night. Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't win. But I was in every contest any kind of contest they had in Harlem, I was there.
What dances were popular when you were a young girl? The Charleston, particularly. Anything else?
Yeah, this was before partner dancing. See, I didn't do any partner dancing until we started going to the Rennie, and I think I was about 12 years old then. And that's when you learn how to dance with somebody. But prior to that, you just dance. You just
by yourself.
You dance by yourself, yeah. And I could just dance all day. Never got tired.
Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
just-
see you getting tired anyway.
Well, see, the music, everywhere you went, like, you know, you walk down between 140th and 141st Street. Now, there's a band up there with the windows wide open. You heard the music. And I could just respond to music. It didn't matter what it was. And that was where I wanted to be. And I
Clearly.
stayed there, listened, and I followed the sound. I always did. I was in Rio during Carnival. I followed the Carnival. I didn't even know where it was. The summer just got, I was just going, I didn't know where I was. It was just so sensational. And that's been my way. That sound gets to me all the time. And
Even right now.
right now, yeah.